Motion Center in Daytona Beach, home of this 4-team tournament, where game one of our doubleheader features the Penn State Nittany Lions out of the Big Ten. They'll be facing off with the Fordham Rams from the Atlantic 10 Conference. Our officials today, Mike Nance, Chad Barlow, and Justin Porterfield, and we are underway. Thanks for spending your Thanksgiving week with us here on CBS Sports Network. There is the aforementioned Zach Hicks. He can shoot it from 3, he can shoot it from 2.
That's Mr. Efficient, Zach Hicks. It's basketball.
6'8", 205 pounds, the forward from Camden, New Jersey. Honorable mention, all Big Ten last year. And he picks up where he left off. Shooting the ball hot. A neon green light is what Coach Rhodes told us when he holds the basketball. This is Abdu Timbila, the big man playing up top. 5 seconds to shoot.
Nice pass.
Inside, got to put something up, and it's stolen away. Early on, the Tennessee transfer. Kachi Enza, need to put something up. Hicks to beat the shot clock. Oh, he banks it in! And that, Mike, is why he has that neon green light that Coach Rhodes told us about.
For the year.
Fordham trying to rebound off a tough loss at home on Friday night to Drexel, who lost earlier today on this court to Purdue Fort Wayne. Ace Baldwin, the court general for this Penn State team, getting physical inside, and he earns a trip to the line. Ace Baldwin coming off that 25-point performance against Purdue Fort Wayne, his Penn State team.
Ace Baldwin also had 7 rebounds and a go.
Going 25 and 8 for Fordham. Here's Jackie Johnson trying to turn defense into offense, and he turns a steal into a chance at the line.
Did you see how quickly he got up from that loose ball to finish at the rim? Jackie Johnson is lightning. They're with your team consistently, and not just a quick 24. This is a special, very cool tournament.
Yeah, no doubt. These two teams got here on Saturday, had a full. The first 5 games of this season came off the bench for the first time this season in Friday's loss to Drexel. Conan Niederhauser gets the bounce.
It was after acing for any contested jump shots, because clearly it's being called a certain way. You got to use that to your advantage. That's a foul. Absolutely, that's a foul. And that's what Coach Rhodes is talking to him right now. He's telling Nick Kern, you brought your league.
Just 37.
Fordham likes to play fast. They're 75th in the country, you know, a top quarter of the country in tempo. They would prefer to slow this game down a little bit more. You don't want to get in a foot race with Penn State.
Penn State, you mentioned 17th in tempo, also 21st in the country in fast break points. This team can move and score quickly. DeLeon uses the glass. Can't finish. Roma Dean. Just 4 points in 6.5 minutes for the Rams. Hook shot good from Nick Kern. Years ago, honorable mention, all Big Ten last year. Rivera couldn't finish the layup. Zona couldn't get the board. And now this is the game that Penn State likes. Quick in transition, counted, and the foul. Shown on display.
And just the intelligence. He's just such a...
Coach told us yesterday, if he has a great season, what could be in terms of what's next for Ace Baldwin at the professional level?
Well, he has a pro mentality in the offseason. Coach Rhodes was very adamant about that. He's in the gym 3 to 4 days a week. He took huge care to his body, nutrition, weight room, and they essentially have to kick him out of the gym. One of the best leaders in the country right now, Ace Baldwin Jr.
This is Stewart. Can't finish the 3, and it looks like we'll have another review as free throw shooter this season. Both of those numbers so far this year, averaging 11 points per game.
Figure out how to break the press cleanly, because here comes Ace Baldwin running and jumping and about to cause a 10-second count. That was 1 second away from getting a 10-second violation.
Johnson facing the double team, but he goes high and it works.
Some shooters on the floor.
Hicks side. Count it, and one. Fordham on the scoreboard. 8 points for Zach Hicks. Lines for this team. We mentioned averaging 98 points per game. Well, that's a nice move from Roman Dean, but to your point, 14 steals per game, 3rd in the country. Forcing 19 turnovers per game, 7th in the country. So this team really...
That's got to be the 7th deflection of the first half for Ace Baldwin.
It's a long 2 from the corner. That's a tough jump shot from Josh Rivera.
I would say that's an understatement, Jake. That might be the most difficult shot when you're shooting fadeaway in a long 2 deep on the baseline. That is high degree of difficulty.
Let's see if one like that can spark this Fordham offense. Just 12 points in 12 minutes. Hicks launches. Not close, but right there, Freddie DeLeon. The effort pays off. The lead is 13. Matt Zona, the grad student, a transfer from Notre Dame, rolls. And he goes up and uses the glass to his advantage.
Matchup zone for Fordham.
Enza sets the screen. Man, it seems like Nick Kern's got a touch on every possession so far. Mador with the steal. It's a 2-on-1. Rivera defies gravity. And it's a single-digit game. Fordham has made 3 in a row. Here's Kern once again. The Fordham bench getting loud. And a foul called as Kern goes to the rack. He split his first 2 free throws earlier in the half. The attack, a perfect 4 of 4 against the Retrievers of UMBC.
He's shooting 77% from the field. That is absolutely ridiculous efficiency for Nick Kern. And that's not even the best thing about his game. His defense is the best thing about his game.
He's been all over the place on both sides of the ball so far. Mador catches in the 3. And Penn State has scored on 5 straight possessions, Mike. Excuse me, Fordham has.
And we're seeing that zone pay dividends for Fordham. If they're not fouling, good things are happening with their activity in that matchup zone.
This is the freshman, Javin Carter. Inside Puff Johnson, the teardrop is good.
That's the second one like that he's made in this game. That little baby hook from the mid-range, so tough.
Let's see if Fordham can keep it going offensively. Yes, they can.
Is Penn State not as good as a defensive team, just schematically? Not talking about the steals, I'm just talking about the fundamentals as a team from a half-court perspective.
Roman Dean from NBA range. Banks one home, and it's a 4. With under 5 to go until the break. They're down by 4. And hunting for more. Puff Johnson has made 2 straight floaters.
That came from Ace Baldwin Jr. in that pocket pass. Just so good. Already 3 assists for Ace Baldwin.
Puff has 6 points. Kern and Hicks lead the way with 8 for the Nittany Lions. Here on CBS Sports Network and streams every match live on Paramount Plus. Of 2 here today from Daytona Beach. Clemson, San Francisco following right after this one. It was a slow start for Fordham, but they've made 7 straight from the field in addition to those 2 free throws from Jackie Johnson to cut this deficit to 4. The Tennessee transfer, Freddie Dilion. Nice move and a better finish.
How smooth is that? That was like he was in his backyard. A little hezzy between the legs, shifting the defense, swiveling the hips. So good from Dilion.
18 games last year with the Vols, a team that advanced to the Elite Eight. That one a little too high, but a foul called. Coach Ergo during practice yesterday when he was kind enough to speak with us. In these last 7 offensive possessions, communication has been a positive.
Well, one for looking at one thing, the shot clock that's right over the backboard. Then you have to look up just a little bit more because the overall game clock and scorer's clock is right above it.
It's one of those little funky things that you'll see
in the window, and it's the Atlantic Ocean. It's beautiful. Then you walk out your door, and
so Ace Baldwin knocks down
that look if you're Fordham.
Hicks inside, Puff Johnson. But it is Kachi Enza who catches the rebound and finishes. He'll head to the line.
Transfer from Xavier. They really need him to be
in this first half. It's a 10-point lead for Penn State. Hicks creates space, finishes, count it, and the foul.
Guys that can catch and shoot from 3 or just get to the rim. That to me shows that Zach Hicks.
And that was a rare miss for Johnson at the line. This is where they made 7 buckets in a row. And they're up by double figures once again. Puff Johnson getting physical. Oh, that is unbelievable by number 5 in blue. Some great games already taking place. Our guys up in New York will have you covered.
And a pocket square, setup. It's just not in my skill set. I prefer Agidastic power tie for sure.
Thank you. Wouldn't want any other tie than a power tie on CBS Sports Network.
That's right.
On Thanksgiving week. Good defense here by Tripp. Teardrop can't finish from Jackie Johnson. Gets his own board. Second try is good.
That was awesome. Awesome hustle from Tripp. Diving to get that deflection and steal.
Final minute of this first half.
Oh, got away with a travel.
And instead, Johnson will head to the line. Keith Ergo, you can see him motioning to the official.
Yep.
Johnson, 2 opportunities coming here. This year, this is actually the first time ever the Penn.
They're also just a very efficient team. It's not just threes. It's not just layups. They are constantly looking to get paint touches. The unselfishness is elite. 15th in the nation in assists per game, almost 20 assists a game.
Big reason for their 5-0 start. Meanwhile, Fordham looking for some more points before we hit the break. Johnson's got under 5 to shoot. Hands it off to Medor. Contested 3. Too much. Offensive rebound, though, by Rivera. He can't finish, but it's tapped back in. 3 seconds left. And Johnson with some effort. Not sure if there's some tenths of a second left there. There might be points. And Johnson, as you just saw, leading the way for Fordham with 11. As we are underway in the second half of the first game of our doubleheader. That is a crafty move from Freddie Dilion to start things off.
You can tell that was designed. That was actually Jackie Johnson, Ace Baldwin just designed to go against Jackie Johnson and right back at it. How fun has this matchup been between Jackie Johnson and Ace Baldwin?
Both leading their respective teams in points per game. Baldwin with 16.5 per game entering today. Jackie Johnson with 19 per contest. Penn State led by as many as 13 in the first half. And one thing we saw in terms of big storyline.
I would be talking to whoever wing player or shooting guard.
Coming off a career-high 11 points in the win over Purdue-Fort Wayne, goes 0 for 2 at the line. He's a 74% free throw shooter. Couldn't convert there. Now it's Fordham
Blocking by Ace Baldwin. He doesn't have numbers, but he uses the Euro step and heads to the line himself.
Crisp with that pass, and Jackie Johnson has to shield Baldwin.
For the man at the free throw line right now, nobody in college basketball has more steals than him. And he just picked up another one to get 2 points at the line. Medor.
It's a good switch between DeLeon and Baldwin.
Romadine cashes in from three.
He can shoot that. 38% from three.
When your big man can do that, look out. Wide open, Puff Johnson gets the three right back. In the early goings of this second half, Jackie Johnson swatted away by Conan Niederhauser. Now here comes Penn State quickly. Hicks, no. Conan Niederhauser can't finish, but the big man delivering on both ends of the floor. Yannick Conan has not missed a beat in his new uniform.
Well, he's got a European style to it. I feel like that would be an appropriate pun intended, Joe.
Yeah, fair enough. Here is the big man, cutting, holding on from the pass from DeLeon. 3-on-2. Oh, yeah. Romandine. High flying big man. Cuts the deficit to 9. Ace Baldwin. No! But Conan Niederhauser picks up the day, but it was a productive one. He leads the team with 7 boards per game this season. Teardrop good from Jaffe Medor.
It doesn't get any more fundamentally sound than that from Medor. Ball fake, that's a hockey assist for Jackie Johnson. That matters.
Coach Keith Ergo for Fordham knows Penn State's program very well. He was an assistant there for a decade, 2012 to 2021. Oh, what a move! Coming off a season-high 25 points in the win over Purdue Fort Wayne. Inside, Jameer Tripp. The patience pays off for number 3.
Great feet, great balance, great poise from Jameer Tripp. Just a 6'6" sophomore. He has a high intelligence about his game.
Hey, great to see Tripp back on the floor. Yeah. Just the first 4 games of the season due to a right knee injury. All systems go there as a foul going up.
A little player on this Fordham team.
Yeah, spending his 4th year here at Fordham. Penn State Fordham connections, that man right there, Keith Ergo, as we mentioned, an assistant at Penn State from 2012 to 2021. These 2 schools from the Northeast facing off here in sunny Florida. Jumper good from Jackie Johnson. Oh, Nick Kern. Beautiful move, could not finish, and it's snatched down by Josh Rivera. Johnson lobs it up. Tripp doesn't get the call, but he gets the finish on his own shot. Now the Rams have made 5 of their last 6. Hicks pulls up for 3. Kaboom! That's a big-time shot from a big-time player. And then
his own rebound finishes. There's that versatility. Had a mismatch at the post, took full advantage.
Kern from the baseline.
My goodness.
To the rack.
My goodness. Jake, you couldn't do that in a little tight.
This is interior presence here if they want to make this comeback. Has had to pull a lot more weight than usual to go.
And Tabila is so important this game.
Dunn can't finish, but there is Kern once again. This man has been all over the place.
Hey, he is just the energy guy, and he's looking for a lob right now. I can see it in his eyes against that zone.
Reverse layup from the big fella, Yannick, for more. Hicks leads the way with 13. This is Javin Carter, a freshman for Penn State, and a foul on Fordham, which will send Penn State to the line.
Something to keep an eye on for Fordham.
Number 6 at the free throw line.
I really believe, Jake, I am not a hot taker. Talked about enough. it's Ace Baldwin the way he's playing this season.
No doubt about it. 16.5 points per game, 8 assists per game. Was a member of the preseason All Big Ten team, so he is being recognized from a conference perspective.
I mean, they were really last season, the way they were playing at the end of the season. Obviously, you're playing a Fordham team. You got a chance to play either Clemson or San Francisco tomorrow, 2 great teams. And they've got a matchup. They got a couple matchups upcoming. Purdue at Rutgers have chances here.
And conference play begins. You mentioned that. Yeah, it's double the amount of assists versus turnovers. 8-4 the ratio.
Good skip.
Kern kicks. Puff Johnson. Oh yeah.
Gorgeous.
Come over to Penn State from VCU with Coach Mike Rose, the aforementioned Ace Baldwin, but right on cue, Nick Kern to the rack.
Hooper, when you talk about guys that can make some money at the next level, I mean, he can guard multiple positions. He's shooting, and he doesn't take a lot of threes, but 50% from 3 this season. Make plays like that at the rim, forget about it.
Oh, yeah! Job for them today, despite the scoreboard.
Came out of nowhere. Catch, rip. Give me all of that you got, Rivera.
With as a team today, 9 of 17 at the line.
Now it's up your defense. You get deflections. You try to disrupt the rhythm for Penn State. Making free throws matters more than just the shot that goes in.
DeLeon trying to get cracked.
Nice throw ahead.
Here's Rivera once again, and he brings the boom! Back-to-back dunk.
I'm sorry. Okay.
You confused me with someone else, I think.
What hustle by Tripp.
Timbila, here's Rivera. Oh, what a beautiful move and finish from number 5. It's 6 straight for Fordham.
The press and the pressure bothering Penn State.
Kern.
Oh, come on.
Quickly.
There's no way. This kid is off the... Careful here, because you've got Ace Baldwin on the bench with 4 fouls. So Penn State is going to continue to face this press from Fordham.
Conan Niederhauser couldn't finish the nice feed from Kern. Second try is pure.
Fordham is a small team. There's 364 Division I teams, and they rank 325th in the nation in average height.
They're 61% from the line this year.
Off of the guards.
His defense was too much there for Roman Dean. 6.5 to go. It's a 19-point advantage for the Nittany Lions. Oh, Conan Niederhauser tried to create the highlight, but
right at the top of the key. Scored over 3
first. Last year at Northern Illinois, had
now with the basketball, Javin Carter. With Ace Baldwin on the bench with 4 fouls. This is going to happen in Big Ten play. It just will.
Higgs, cash from downtown. And he is now 3 of 5 from 3. That's 60% today. He entered the day at 50%.
And right on cue for Carter, the assist, making the simple play. If you keep things simple, nice dime.
Nice pass from Riley to the big man, Roman Dean, who is now the 3rd Ram in double figures. Rivera and Jackie Johnson with 15 apiece for Fordham. So if you're Fordham, you're down by 21, under 5.
Good things are happening, but you can't get outrun if you don't.
Scoring 80. They have never done that before in program history. This is their 2nd neutral site game. The location doesn't matter. This Penn State team is for real. Dean finishes the reverse.
Guards in college basketball. So minutes will be sparse, but when you get them, you have to take advantage of it. Man, come on, I mean, Jake. I mean, how good is Nick Kern? Man. Off the and 1 2-point shot. Who scores more? Player B. Right. So he has a higher effective field goal percentage, even though they both technically shoot 50% from the field. I don't know if that breakdown was sufficient enough.
Goes Fordham Rams. who will be back at it tomorrow. They will watch the Clemson-San Francisco game and take on the loser there, as Kern now has 20 points. As that three is too strong from Romad Dean. But good effort by Riley to keep the possession going. And the layup is good from Jameer Tripp. Tripp, long two, in and out. Good effort there by the freshman Jaden Smith.
It's great research by Jake Marsh there. But Jaden Smith's going to be really true. Blocked 5 shots a game in high school.
Final minute of play. Right now, 150 total points. Some folks needing a couple more in this final sequence.
Scout an opponent at a neutral site. You know, how you do a... It's just the second season for Coach Rhodes. He's already pushed the culture to expectations where I don't think most people were ready for.
And this one's going back to Penn State to fit it. And they'll just have to get it across midcourt. Just heard Coach Rhodes yell spacing. That's the mantra.
Always.
One of the mantras.
Always.
For his Penn State team, and that is a big reason why, for the first time in 25 years, the Penn State Nittany Lions start the season 6-0. A wire-to-wire statement performance over Fordham to advance to the Thumbtack Sunshine Slam championship game tomorrow on CBS Sports Network.
And they did that while giving Ace Baldwin a lot of rest. It was a very balanced effort offensively for Penn State.